This is Dr. M. Lakshminarasimhacharyalu, Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, St. Peter's Engineering College. I would like to talk about the transient and the steady state responses of the second order circuits. So, in the previous class, already know that how to solve the first order differential equation by using the RC/RL circuits. So, now this is a subsequent of the topics. So, just you have to know what are the contents we are going to discuss. There is a natural response of the series RLC circuit as well as the natural response of the parallel RLC circuit, the step response of the series RLC circuit, and the step response of the parallel RLC circuit. The four different types of circuits we need to discuss in this session. So, now first we are going to talk about the what is a second order system. Already know that this is a circuit containing the two storage elements. Like what are the storage elements here? L and C are the storage elements generally used to take. One will be changed with respect to the current, sudden changes, and another is also voltage changes like inductance and capacitance charge storages. So, the basic elements are the three elements here RLC and RLC parameters, I mean the elements you say that which will be connected in series with the voltage source. That is the first diagram, and the second diagram is the parallel circuits. RCL parallel circuit is there here, which is the current is the source here, but in the previous figure we say that the voltage is the source. And now used to take second order circuit may have the two storage elements, the different types of the different same type you say that. So, here used to understand this is the voltage applied which will be connecting with the R1 RL circuit like R1 L1 R2 L2 in the third circuit, and similarly used to go for the capacitance which will be connecting with the resistance. So, this is the fourth type. So, in figure you say that the figure A, B, C, D respectively with the different connectivities of the RLC circuits, like one is the series connection, another one is a parallel all, and the another third one is with only RL circuit, and the fourth one is only RC circuit. So, this is the how you are going to solve the problems in the second order system, which we are going to the initial and final values. Like you say that the combination R, L and C, already know that the combination, that is why we call it as the RLC circuit combinations. So, first you have to find and they already know that what is the initial conditions. If you will take a 0 is the reference level, if just before switching is called the 0 minus, and just after switching is called the 0 plus. And you will take t is greater than 0, which is tends to the infinitive. So, that is the t is greater than 0 level, that is the three positions generally used to take, but here you say that V of 0, I of 0 and dV of 0 by dt or dA of 0 by dt, this is the initial value conditions to say that, and the final value conditions to say I of infinite and the V of infinite like this. Just to have to understand that is the t of 0 minus is the time just before the switching event. Just to say if it will take a 0 is the reference level, the before the 0 we call it as a 0 minus, and just after the 0 that is called the t of 0 plus, and after some time you say that tends to the infinitive. So, here the time just before switching event is indicated by the t of 0 minus, the time just after switching event which is indicated with the t of 0 plus. So, assume that the switching events takes place at t equal to 0 generally, and the voltage polarity across the capacitor, current direction across the inductor, and these very important parameters we need to identify. And the capacitor voltage always continuous at the V of 0 plus is equal to the V of 0 minus. Similarly for the inductor current always continuous at I of 0 plus, which is equal to I of 0 minus. So this is the minimum things to identify the initial and final values. So now we are going to talk about the example to how to solve the problem. And here the switch in the figure shown has been in the closed for a long time. It is open at t equal to 0, and find I of 0 plus and the V of 0 plus, and the second bit is the dA of 0 plus by dt and dV of 0 plus by dt. So another one is the final I of infinite and V of infinite. So here first we have to analyze the circuit. What are the components in the circuit? You say that is the resistor 4 ohms, and the inductance is the 0.25 henries, and here the parallel resistance 2 ohms, and the capacitance, which is a 0.1 farad. So here what is the current flows through that is indicated by the I, and the voltage across the capacitor, which is the output, that is indicated by the V. And what we are observing here, we are applying voltage is at 12 volts. Like, just you have to keep in your mind this circuit. Then we are going to find the problems for the I of 0 plus and V of 0, V of 0 plus. So used to take generally, this is the actual circuit, the source free series RLC, and applying a KVL around the loop. Just you will say, already know that the Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is current passing through the resistance, inductance and capacitance, which are connected in series. So first we have to apply the KVL. So Ri plus L dI by dt plus 1 by t integrating minus infinite to plus infinite I dt equal to 0. This is the equivalent equation for the applying for the circuit, applying a Kirchhoff's voltage law. And you will take a differentiating with respect to the t, then to the above equation, then you will get the d square I by dt square plus R by L dA by dt, because L should be a division on both sides. Then you will get the resultant equation, d square I by dt square plus R by L dA by dt plus I by LC, which is equal to 0. So now again you used to take where you say that the d is nothing but s in this equation, or you say that the capital D, whatever it may be, then you will take the s square plus R by L into s plus 1 by LC, which is equal to 0. This is the source free series RLC circuit. You say that this is a general equation, we got it finally like this. And you will say this is the source free series RLC circuit. You found this, the whatever equation we got, it s square plus R by L into s plus 1 by LC equal to 0. From this you need to find the roots of the equation by using of the minus b plus r minus and root over b square minus 4ac. The formula is applied here. We have to take the you say a is equal to 1 and b is equal to the r by L, and c, the instead of 4ac, so that the 1 by LC. So by using of those equations, just you have to apply it in that the A, B, C, and you will get the roots S1 and S2. S1 is the minus R by 2L plus and root over R by 2L whole square minus L by C. Similarly, S2 equal to minus R by 2L minus and root over R by 2L whole square minus 1 by LC. So similarly, you say that the alpha equal to R by 2L and omega naught equal to 1 by root LC. Already know that. So alpha indicates that this is the attenuation constant, which is Nepper per Semen. Like you say that here the omega naught is the angular frequency. You say that that is in radians per second. So the roots, whatever you got it here, that is simplified by using of the alpha and omega should be implemented in the equations. So minus alpha plus and root over alpha square minus omega naught square, and similarly minus alpha minus root over alpha square minus omega naught square. This is about the source free series RLC circuit. Now used to take the three types of solutions we have generally used to take in this regard. If you will take, this is the equation what we got, the S1 and S2 roots, you say that minus alpha plus or minus root over alpha square minus omega naught square. In this equation, just we have to observe, well, when the alpha is greater than omega naught, then that is called the overdamped case, and the alpha is equal to the omega naught, that is called the critical damped case. And similarly, alpha is less than omega naught, then that is the underdamped case. So whatever you observe here, according to that, if the alpha value is greater than or equal or less than with respect to the omega naught, the categories will be specified here, that is overdamped, critically damped and underdamped respectively. So now used to take here the source free RLC circuit. If you will take a overdamped case, then the both roots S1 and S2 are the negative and the real. So the response is out like this. Actually, the I of t is equal to A1 e power S1 t plus A2 e power S2 t, like that. That is the what we call the complementary function equation, what we derived from the previous. So here you will take, this is the corresponding graph in between the current and the time variations for the overdamped condition. Just you will observe that. And you will take, this is the source free series resistance, the critically damped condition. So here both roots are equal, so therefore alpha equal to omega naught and the S1 equal to S2, so therefore which is equal to the minus alpha, and you will take a minus R by 2L. The response of this critically damped case, just you will take, this is the, just you have intersected the particular point that is indicated by the 1 by A, that is a critically damped condition, which is the response of graph in between the current and the time variations. So the response, which is the combination, the both roots are equal, so therefore A2 plus A1t into e power minus alpha t. This is the resultant equation of that, if it in the critically damped. And the third case, you say that the underdamped condition, which is the alpha is less than omega naught, then the roots will be will get the complex conjugate. So therefore you take generally minus alpha plus j omega t is the j omega d is the S1 root, and the S2 root is the minus alpha minus j omega d, and you will take the omega d, which is equal to the under root over omega naught square minus alpha square. So that is the damped oscillations will be produced. So here the response I of t is equal to e power minus alpha t into of b1 cos omega dt plus b2 sin omega dt. Then the resultant response of the underdamped condition is like this. Just to observe that this is the what we call the degrading the signal, which is from initial stage to the final stage. And you will take here, this is the 2 rho by Vd, which is the points, what the sinusoidal wave, this what is the width, you say that, the time period, you say that. So here this is the exponential decay here, the signal, which is the response of this underdamped condition, the I of t is equal to e power minus alpha t into of b1 cos omega dt plus b2 sin omega dt. This is the three cases we discussed about the source free series RLC circuit. Now you will say the good example, you say that this is the find the I of t for t is greater than 0, the 30 volts is applied, a 10 ohm resistor, and the t switching is there at t equal to 0, and you will take the 60 ohms and 40 ohms resistances which will be connecting, as well as you say that the capacitor with the inductor 1 millifarad and the 2.5 henries respectively for the values of the capacitor inductor, and the current flows to this I of t, you say that, right. So now the exercise that the problem, and similarly this is also another problem, just we will do in a tutorial, just try to understand this, right. This is the source of 10 volts and the 4 ohms, and the switch is connecting like this, and the 0.02 f the capacitance. This is a circuit below. Assume that the circuit is reached steady state at a t equal to 0 minus, just before switching like that. Just we will take the source wave parallel circuit. Similarly, what we discussed in the series circuit, the same similar manner, we used to discuss the source free parallel RLC circuit, the initial inductor current and the initial voltage capacitance, you say that. So here just I of 0, what is the current passing through it, this is a source free. You say that the current directions, you say that all are in the parallel, so therefore the RLC are in parallel. Just to observe that here the I of 0 equivalent to the, so initial inductor current and the initial voltage capacitor, you say that I naught and V naught respectively with respect to the L and C. So therefore I of 0 which is equal to I naught which is equal to 1 by L integral minus infinite to 0 in the V of t into dt like this. And similarly used to take the V of 0 equal to V naught, applying a Kirchhoff's voltage law for this, and you will Kirchhoff's voltage law for the what is the nodal analysis generally used to take. We take a node V in the parallel circuits, always we consider the nodal analysis. For the series circuits we always consider the KVL, that means the Kirchhoff's voltage law, here the Kirchhoff's current law. So therefore V by R plus 1 by L integral minus infinite to t into V dt for the inductor, and the capacitor C into dV by dt which is equal to 0. This is the resultant equation of the given circuit, which is a source free parallel RLC circuits. Now the source free parallel RLC circuit, the derivative with respect to the t and the dividing by C, you say that just whatever we got the results here, the derivative with respect to the t, you say here d square V by dt square, and the integration will cancel, just you will take like this. This is the resultant equation, d square V by dt square plus 1 by RC into dV by dt plus 1 by LC into V equal to 0. And you will take, this is the, instead of that the DRS you may take d by dt, so the d by DRS. So therefore S square plus 1 by RC into S plus 1 by LC. This is the resultant auxiliary equation, and you are going to find the roots of the resultant equation, characteristic equation. Then you will get and the roots, you say the minus b plus r minus under root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. That is the roots finding equation. You have to analyze that that equation should be implemented. Instead of ABC, you say that here 1, A is 1 and the B is equal to 1 by RC and C is equal to 1 by LC. You may apply it here. So therefore minus 1 by 2 RC plus or minus root over 1 by 2 RC whole square minus 1 by LC. So this is the resultant roots equation, and you will get the S1 and 2 in the similarly whatever we did in the series RLC circuit. So here the minus alpha plus or minus under root over alpha square minus omega naught square, where alpha and omega naught is the 1 by 2 RC and the 1 by root LC respectively. So here the same thing, whatever we did for the series RLC in the roots and all, we say the alpha and omega naught values should be say 1 by 2 RC and the 1 by root LC, which is substitute instead of these the alpha and omega naught. So therefore alpha is the attenuation constant, and you say omega naught is the angular frequency. So therefore the one is minus S1 root is a minus alpha plus root over alpha square minus omega naught square. The S2 is the minus alpha minus root over alpha square minus omega naught square. So here similarly used to take the over damped, critically damped and under damped conditions. This is the source free parallel RLC circuit. The three types of solutions we have. The alpha is greater than omega naught, alpha is equal to omega naught, alpha is less than omega naught. The three conditions we need to take actually. So again the responses of this, the over damped condition, the alpha is greater than omega naught. The both roots of the S1 and S2 are the negative and the real. Therefore the response is V of t is equal to A1 e power S1t plus A2 e power S2t like this. And similarly used to take, this is the source free parallel RLC circuit, the critically damped condition, where it is possible alpha equal to omega naught. So therefore the roots are real and the equal, and so the response of this is the C1 plus C2 x into e power minus alpha t like this. So therefore here the V of t is equal to A1 plus A2t into e power minus alpha t. So this is the, when the roots are equal, where it is possible the roots are equal, then it form it as a case the critically damped condition. So the auxiliary equation will get like this. And if we say the two roots are the complex conjugate, you say that that is indicates the under damped condition case, you say that where the alpha is less than omega naught. So for this condition the both roots are S1 and S2 is the minus alpha plus j omega d or minus alpha minus j omega d like this. So therefore, where omega d is the omega naught square minus alpha square. So from this response, you say that the response of this auxiliary equation in this case, which is indicated by v of t is equal to the e power minus a t into 1 a1 cos omega dt plus a2 sin omega dt. So this is about the source free parallel RLC circuit. So for that you may do the below circuits like find the v of t where the t is greater than 0 in the RLC circuit shown like this. So you have to do by using of that, applying the KVL to this circuit, you say that RLC is there here. So therefore the step response now. First what we derive, first one is the source free RLC series circuit, and what are the conditions? I mean the alpha square is alpha is greater than or equal to the omega naught. So according to that we say the three conditions need to take, that is overdamped, critically damped and underdamped conditions. When the alpha square is greater than omega omega naught square, then it gives the real roots, you say that, and we will get a overdamped condition. If the roots are same, then that will be get the critically damped condition. If the roots are the complex conjugate, then that is the underdamped condition. So three conditions are discussed in series and parallel RLC circuits. Now we are going to talk about the step response of the series RLC circuit. Just to have to observe that this is the series circuit what we are connecting here with the source, that is RLC elements is there, resistance, inductance and capacitance, with the switch connecting with the source Vs, you say. So for this closed circuit, just you have to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law after just switching the, I mean after some time, you say that t is greater than 0. So therefore similarly you may apply that the current flows to the resistance, therefore IR plus LdA by dt plus whatever the voltage across the capacitor 1 by c integral v dt like this. So therefore here the V is there. So plus or I mean the C dV by dt is generally we got it in the capacitance. So I, that is called. Then you will take the substitute I in the equation. Just you will take whatever we got the final one, which is the I substituting here. I is equal to C dV by dt. Generally you say that. So therefore d square V by dt square plus R by L dV by dt plus V by LC, which is equal to Vs by LC. This is the resultant second order equation. You say that d square V by dt square plus R by L into dV by dt plus V by LC, which is equivalent to the Vs by LC. So this is the resultant equation. We applied the Kirchhoff's voltage law to it and we will got like this. So I hope that all students have to understand this, because already you did a lot of problems in mathematics, the second order differential equations. Then how to find and how to solute already you may understand. I hope that, because I give a direct analyzing part directly, but you have to do on paper actually, right? So here there is two components in the equation. That is, one is the transient response Vt of t and the steady state response, you say that Vss of t, you say. So therefore the total solution is the transient response plus the steady state response, both will be taken into account. So the transient response Vt of t is similar as discussed in the source free circuit. That means the source free circuit already we discussed that is the transient response, to say. The final response of the capacitor voltage is the same as the source voltage Vs. So therefore Vss, the steady state response, which is the final response. Vss of t is equal to V of infinite is equal to Vs. So the two responses will take into the account, and that will give the total response of the system. So now you say this is steady state response. You say that the step response of RLC circuit, the complete response solution, which is the three cases already whatever we discussed in the previous sections. Similarly used to take the V of t which is the overdamped condition Vs plus A1 e power S1t plus A2 S2c S2t. So that is the transient response. Already know that whatever we discussed in the previous section. If the critically damped means the both roots are equal, then you will get the Vs plus of Vs means this is steady state generally, so far not done. So A1 plus A2t into e power minus alpha t, and the underdamped condition you say that the Vs plus A1 cos omega t omega dt plus A2 sin omega dt into e power minus alpha t. So this is the complete response generally used to take. So this is a good example. You have to try yourself this one. For the circuit shown in the figure below, and find the V of t and I of t for the t is greater than 0, where R is equal to 5 ohms and the C is equal to the 0.25 ohms. Just you have to do yourself. Just you will take, this is the step response of the parallel circuit. Similarly used to take this step response, applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Previously what we applied, that is in the KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is for the series circuit. Now it is a parallel circuit, series parallel RLC circuit. So therefore the three components are parallel. So RLC with the voltage source, so therefore current source. So therefore the Kirchhoff's current law, which is a nodal analysis method. So applying a KCL at the top node, that means for t is greater than 0, then the top node used to take actually, so here V by R and I, V by R plus I plus C into dV by dt, which is equivalent to the applied current IS. So here similarly just will say, but V is equal to LdA by dt, already know that. So therefore the substitute V in equation above and dividing by the LC of the total equation, then you will get the d square I by dt square plus 1 by RC dA by dt plus I by LC. So therefore we will get the IS by LC. What is the difference between previous parallel, series and parallel? They are completely drive with the voltages. That means the equation in a d square V by dt square like that. But here it is in sense of the currents, because the nodal analysis you say. So therefore d square I by dt square plus 1 by RC dA by dt plus I by LC is equal to IS by LC. So this is about the step response of the parallel RLC circuit. So again used to take there are the two components in the equation. One is the transient response, that is indicated by the IT, I of t or IT, whatever it may be, and you say that the steady state response, which is indicated by the ISS of t. So therefore the complete solution, which is indicated by the I of t, is equal to the IT of t plus ISS of t. So the transient response IT of t are similar discussed in the source free parallel circuit, already you know that. So the final value of the current through the inductor is the same as that of the source current IS. That is the source current IS, which is in the step response, you say that. So therefore here the same similar way used to take the complete response of the solution of the parallel RLC circuit, which is indicated by I of t is equivalent to the IS plus A1 e power S1t plus A2 e power S2t. That is the overdamped condition. If we take I of t is equal to IS plus A1 plus A2t into e power minus alpha t, which is a critically damped, and I of t is equal to IS plus A1 cos omega dt plus A2 sin omega dt into e power minus alpha t, that is the underdamped condition. So here it depends on the solving of the differential equation. The roots will be varying. When it is a real and positive, then the overdamped condition will occur. If the roots are equal, then the critically damped condition will occur. And if the roots are the complex conjugate, then the underdamped conditions are occurred. So therefore these the types which we discussed in the parallel RLC circuit, the complete solution is the combination of the transient response plus the steady state response, which is already discussed, the source free and the source. So now used to take, this is a good example for the LC circuit we say here. Find the I of t and V of t for the t is greater than 0, right? This is a example. So therefore here used to take, this is the concept of the series RLC circuit, parallel RLC circuit, and steady state response of the RLCs. Thank you very much for keep watching. We'll tell the subsequently tutorial has to conduct.